Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to this week's lessons. My name is Corral Mergel the Fourth, as you can see right here, right there, indeed. Let me just check if we are live. We should be though. I once again had to reconnect my LinkedIn to my restream, so hopefully it did actually reconnect and not just told me that it did, and then it won't let me go live. But let's see. There we go. I think we should be live. Can I hear myself? Load, load, load. Perfect. And the microphone is also working. So great. It worked last time. The time before it didn't. So I have to fix it last time. So it's still working. Stays on working. I like that. So far, nobody here yet. I did invite uh, some people here today. So the first time in a some time, I would say I did that. I stopped inviting people, stopped sending the invites. Um, oh, yeah, nobody here yet. Oh well. Anyways, yeah, but I did stop sending the invites after some time because just it just didn't really help, and you know, I'm not gonna really send notifications to somebody, and I'm not gonna spend time with it when it just doesn't even really help me. Used to have 70 attendees, 80 attendees per event, with like you know even 7 or 8 live viewers and stuff like that. Now is just nothing. Even when I invite people and even when they click attend, I get 40 attendees maybe, but maybe one or two show up. Maybe that's a big maybe. So yeah, that's why I stopped pretty much just inviting altogether. There's just no point to it, and it's only a waste of time. Now, as some people may have noticed, especially on LinkedIn, I just haven't been as active on there, simply because it's just I don't know. I don't want to say dying platform because people were saying that some time ago, and I didn't like when they were saying that. So I'm not going to say dying. I will say it has become more, well, less occupied. Everybody's more screaming into the void, but nobody's actually jumping into the void to swim in all the content that the people are screaming into it, right? So it's just when nobody's engaging and people are just posting their BS, then it's just a dead thing, and especially when people are just posting their AI BS, AI BS posts and stuff. So that's, as you can clearly see, I'll just share it here really quick. As you can clearly see, uh, yeah, so yeah, I've not been on active. I just posted these, like, this takes me 2 minutes to post. Yeah, it's a branded post. I can just share it. Boom, that's it. Same with this one. See, it still gets. This one gets more likes than an actual thought out one. Uh, this is an interesting post. This is what I made a couple days ago. But yeah, it's basically about me having a lot of being ChatGPT would love to say multifaceted. Yes, I am indeed all these things and more. By the way, so yeah, and people just don't really understand me when I talk. Overbought it. Yes, yes. That would be how I would describe that. Hello, hello. Yes, hello from Illinois here. Still, thankfully getting yeah, it's still in the grips sometimes of weather, uh, especially with oh yeah, that's a big thing we had here. We had a tornado warning here. What was it? Friday, not evening. It was like or late afternoon. Friday late afternoon. I was watching it. It was like for 2 hours. There was like a cloud just moving, and it. Oh yeah, shoot! I don't have my camera on here. Yeah, there was a cloud moving, and it was like it was going like this, very slowly. It was moving, toward. Well, first of all, it was moving toward Peoria from the south, like northeast, and then it combined with another like cloud, and it pivoted, like literally made a hard right turn all like to Bloomington. It was not even supposed to hit Bloomington originally, but it was moving here very slowly, kept getting tornado warned, just all along the line because it was spinning for such a long time. There even was almost a brief touchdown, like not near Bloomington. It was like 30, 40 miles west of Bloomington. But yeah, like there was a very brief tornado, which then got sucked right back up. And for 2.5 hours after, well, for the 2.5 hours, that's the only thing that happened from the whole thing. Even though everybody was saying, "Oh no, it's going to drop a huge tornado," and I was like, "You've been saying that for the past 10 times, and nothing happened." But yeah, that happened. Can you stream to Substack from Restream? Possibly. It is possible. I'm not sure if you have to have like the um verified account or something like that. I would have to check. It's really quick. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see. I don't want your Q&A. F you. Channels here. Let's see. Add new. Is there Substack? Oh no, there is. Yes, indeed it is. I'm wondering if. Oh, live streaming is in beta. Okay. Well, I wouldn't really want to try that. And it's only available for select Substack creators. Let's see. You can stream to Substack as well as your Substack website using StreamYard OBS, blah, blah, blah. You'll need to decide whether you want to stream your landscape. I don't care. Stream portrait, yes. On your desktop, I don't care. Where's the select? Oh, no. I'm wondering who can stream. How? No, not how. I'm wondering who. Or maybe everybody? Hold on. Yeah, you can stream. Nope. When you're ready to go live, okay. Copy the stream's key that has been generated and head to OBS. Click on stream found in your settings. It's convoluted, but I believe you can. I want to say that you can. Oh yeah, here. Well, it's notifications. No, never mind. I'll figure it out later. It's possible, but I don't know if I want to stream on my Substack because my Substack is not really, it's more history oriented. I could make a history stream on there, stuff like that, but not really what I'm doing right now, for example. But yeah, it's possible. I'll just have to figure out if I'm even eligible because I couldn't figure that out from Restream. Says only it's select Substack creators, and it links to Substack creators, and it doesn't even tell you who can, stream. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It is weird. Anyways, and it's also in beta, so it might not even work. It will be uh, BSing. Anyways, so where was I? Oh yes, multifaceted. So yeah, so that's I do a lot of stuff, and people are always wondering how I can, um, you know, combine all of that. So yeah, that was kind of a thought out post, and oops, no, I don't want this. Come on, work with me here. Yeah, so that's why I started just posting the branded posts that take me no time, and I'm mostly spending my time on Substack and Twitter. I actually came back kind of, yeah, I did have some interesting stuff on Twitter as well. But yeah, so if you want to go to my subscribe to my Substack and stuff like that, you can go right here, and hopefully you can see it. Here we go. Yes, so this is my Substack. I did make an article last Tuesday. It's an interesting read, so go ahead and read it. I also make notes every day. Yet to make one for today. I will. So yes, and yeah, so usually post something like this. We literally had some street food or fast food in ancient Rome, so I just kind of decided use ChatGPT to create this, and it's actually crazy how like good this is, because I did should have said I did actually translate all of this, and all of this makes sense. You know, I saw, and this literally I ate. Okay, so this all makes sense. I believe it's like uh, hot, ready, stuff like that. Like, just typical fast food slogans. Pulo and Felix, like happy chicken, like basically like a happy meal type of thing. Bread and olives. It's actually funny. Um, how ChatGPT literally made a thing where with accurate text. It's interesting how it made it, but yeah. So yeah, and then, so that's the types of post I make. Also, something like this here. Like the younger generation has apparently been ruining everything for thousands of years now. It's a very talented age group. So you got the medieval elders, and here's probably like kids or something like that. Bubblegum. They got AirPods. Also, ChatGPT strikes again. These youths care for naught but idleness and foolish songs. It's funny. Like, the ChatGPT texts are amazing. And yeah, so uh, for some reason, ChatGPT's images are something like its text used to be. Uh, text generated by ChatGPT used to be very original, very kind of just fresh. I don't know. Let's see. It used to be fresh, right? Now the images are almost the same exact way as the text was, right? It's original. It gives you something that you haven't prompted it to do, right? It gives you something that you don't expect. So that's why I like generating images with it. Text is just like, don't say what you don't say you don't have, pretty much, right? So no way that in text, if I were to tell it to do something like that, it would add something like the text or whatever, right? Like the little fragments. It's just interesting, and it's also the video that I made for today. It's going to come out later today, and it's about not letting AI completely write for you, or worse, teach you how to write, because it's just going to be, your text is going to be so bland, nobody's going to care about it, right? Nobody, because you're just going to generate AI pollution, um, and it's going to be boring. And at some point, why would somebody read your article when they can just ask ChatGPT and they'll get the same exact answer, same exact language? Boring, machine generated, number calculated, probability based text. It's just, no, it'll be very boring. So don't do that. That'll be coming out at 2 p.m. Central, so that means 3 p.m. Eastern today. We'll see how many views it gets today. Tomorrow somewhat. Today's Easter, of course. Happy Easter, by the way, to those who celebrate. And so that'll be, it'll be about that. So don't let AI teach you how to write. Boring, lame, vague, generic text. That'll be exactly what the product always is. And of course, that's why I tied it in back to AI being unoriginal now, even though it used to be original, very original indeed. Like I say in the video, I used to get my, um, you know, I used to get my text in like three prompts, not even, sometimes maybe sometimes one or two prompts, right? Today I have to prompt it 30 different times, okay? And it's just frustrating, because you have to give it this. Like I said, what you don't have, what you don't put in the prompt, you don't get, right? So that's just that's just a big problem with ChatGPT now. And also, of course, with I believe I mentioned this last time, with all the BS going on in the world and Iran and stuff like that. Since the U.S. government obviously they give AI companies government contracts, but meaning AI companies have more money and they can invest it into research and development, all that stuff. But when the devil comes to you know exact this tax for that assistance, then it turns into what we see now. Just AI doesn't have much bandwidth. I mean, what bandwidth? I mean, how would I put this? Yeah, bandwidth. Because most of it is going to the U.S. government. They use it to calculate stuff. They use it for targets and Iran, just for war stuff. And so for the people, there's not much stuff left, and therefore AI just gets dumber, so dumb, and that's why I don't like it now. That's a general problem. Hopefully, when the war ends now, hopefully it'll get better. We'll see if we were right that war is what is causing it. Yeah, the war is causing a lot of stuff. It's a kind of like the butterfly effect. It's the Strait of Hormuz. It's not only causing supply chain disruptions and high oil prices, but it's also causing AI disruption and basically the dumb, lame, lazy AI that we see now all the effing time. So yeah, so that's my little rant on on how AI being lazy now and seemingly stupid, how that connects to geopolitics, lack of resources for public use. Yeah, that's what's going on pretty much. I will say that. Um, yeah, so that's yeah. It's just I don't know why they don't just shut it down for a little bit, or keep it only for the actual subscribers, because I bet that as a subscriber who pays $20 a month for their service, I bet I'm getting the same or similar answers to what somebody who's a free user gets, and that kind of bothers me because I'm paying $20. It's just, why am I paying even? I might even genuinely cancel my subscription if it doesn't get better. If I don't see it getting any better, the same lame thing, then I'll just start paying Claude again, because I used to have Claude Pro that I then canceled, and I bought ChatGPT because it seemed way better. Kind of like it had more edge. Definitely, the text always had more edge, especially with GPT 4.0. Then they canceled GPT 4.0 because people were using it to figure out how to off themselves. And ChatGPT, with its psychophancy thing, it just told them, and it always agreed with them. When they said, "Hey, I want to off myself," they're like, "Yeah, totally. I totally agree. I totally sympathy." Instead of giving them like, "Hey, no, this is not right," and give them an option out with like crisis helpline, like was it number 311? It's the suicide helpline. Instead of doing that, it always just agreed with them. But when you knew how to use it and when you knew how to sniff out BS that it was giving you, it was way better. That's the type of AI that's the last kind of generation, last of the AI that was genuinely still had original. You didn't know sometimes what to expect from it. GPT 5.3 and then 5.4 thinking, you just know what to expect every single time you prompt it. And sometimes even when discussing remotely controversial topics or topics that are adjacent to something that's adjacent to being controversial, it'll just always block you like immediately. Like yesterday, I was arguing with it. I'm not going to get into the details. I have to be here for a long time and explain how it works and stuff like that. I was arguing with it, and my main point was that, just really quick, I'm not going to go deep into it, but that there are basically no real oh no, there are real photos, but there are no accessible raw images of the Earth, right, from afar, just raw, straight up raw. Like if I went to the archives, for example, and I asked for a raw image of the Earth, they would probably not be able to provide it. I go, then it was like, no, no, that's true. It's not true. You can have the raw images exist. You can access them too. They gave me some sites that I accessed all of them, and I was like, but none of these have raw images. All of them are composites. Like photo of the Earth that's built from like 6 different pictures, or they're just like satellite imagery, which means like they have the different, for example, heat maps and stuff like that. And there's just no raw images. I was like, oh yeah, here's a raw image, and then I gave it like, oh yeah, this is totally a raw image, right? Where it was like a photo of the Gulf of America and the countries, like the Central American countries and the North American countries and the U.S. states were like outlined with white lines. I was like, yeah, this is totally raw. This is unedited. This is actually how it is, because the states are, of course, have literal white lines between them. So yeah, but basically that's what it was. And then when it knew that it had no way out, it just started saying stuff that I didn't actually even say. It started arguing against windmills, because I never said anything, but it was like, oh, like, not it didn't say like, oh, you said this. It said indirectly like, you know, the main point, that no real images. I was like, I never said that, and it started arguing against a position that I never held. So that's the thing with it's just over censored. That's the point. That's the whole point. I also made a video about that. If you would like to watch it, it's here on my channel. One of the last few here. AI is censoring itself to irrelevance, and it's true. People, oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, people like this, of course. People like that because it's true, and everybody's has a similar problem with AI now, where AI just, well, especially ChatGPT, I don't know, whatever the cost is, it'll always push back on you if you're arguing about something, even hinting at something adjacent to being slightly conspiratorial. Then it'll always just be like, no, no, I have to push back on you here, softly push back on you. I have to. And it pisses everybody off, you know. So yeah, but that's the reality right now. It's the reality of AI, and we'll see if we get any uncensored AI anytime soon. Which I did actually see Claude AI had more nuance in this, because I actually did a funny experiment. I took the whole chat with ChatGPT and I was like, dude, did I ever say that, the position that ChatGPT said that I held, did I ever say that in any of my messages? And it was like, no, you didn't. So ChatGPT is arguing against the flipping straw man, right? So, and then Claude gave me an actual nuanced response, like, yeah, uh, there are actually no raw images that you can access in the form of, you take a picture with your phone and then you can actually see it, that you took the picture and what it shows and what it is, because you can actually see it. But yeah, it's just, ChatGPT just will take your argument, twist it into something completely different that you never actually said, and argue against that. When you point it out, it doesn't really help. It just pulls out another, like, oh yeah, you're totally right on that, but then it just pulls out another I don't know. Just talking about it and thinking about it does not make me happy. But anyways, what does make me happy is that I will be making a post today. Let's see here. Let me see. Oh yes, about, what the heck is this? All right. Anyways, I will be making a post today on LinkedIn about Substack, because it'll be a more funny one again. I'll just be more nuanced, because I didn't expect for Substack to be good. I expected it to be just another platform where a lot of the LinkedIn users went, the LinkedIn expats, and that's what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't. Yeah, it's actually pleasantly surprised me how good how good it can be. Sometimes you see the BS that you just saw on my screen, but Hang on, where did I send it? Oh, it was wild. I gotta find the picture that I want to show you. Yeah, but so yeah, like I said, I thought it was gonna be some. Here it is. I gotta download it really quick. This is funny. So boom. So once you get through that BS, you get to the actual good stuff. I've noticed that, especially in the history niche, on Substack, uh, in the history niche, you have actual good stuff, and not only that, people actually engage. They don't use AI to engage; they genuinely give you their perspective, so you can actually connect with some people, unlike LinkedIn, which that's just nearly impossible nowadays to do. But let me show you what I found. That'll be the post basically, not the whole thing. I'll be like, yeah, once you get past this BS that I'm about to show you, then yeah, then Substack is really good. Um, but first you have to get through this. So I found this post by this person. Basically, it was like 13 ways you can tell AI. Like you can tell that somebody used AI in their text. And so now point number 4 was this. Okay, dive right into a list. That's point number 4. One easy tell is if the article goes right into bullet points or numbers. It even does this with big open questions that don't have easy answers. For example, here's the result for the prompt. How can I be happier? And how can I be happier? Yes, it did indeed have like a list of answers. And then I just looked. I realized, oh yeah, a list, a bullet list. That sounds. You dive right into a list. That sounds very familiar. And then I realized, oh yeah, it's the same article. Okay, start. All right, and then this is not a list, as I labeled it, ironically, of course, right? And funny, not just that. It's like it dies. So this is start, the point number 1, and it immediately just bullet list, and not just that. Okay, for example, ChatGPT will often use overly standard phrases like "dive into," and then I was like, that also sounds familiar. Dive into. Where is that? Where did I find it? Oh, you dive right into a list. Like you can't stop with this, and that's the BS you have to get through before you get to the quality stuff, which is actually interesting that Substack has 20 million users only. I would like it to stay that way because these are 20 million, hopefully actual users, mostly actual users, and so I would like to stay it that way. They always are trying to obviously find, as a platform, you always try to grow, so they always try to find new people and say, oh yeah, invite your friends, invite this, invite that, invite here, and send it everywhere. But uh, I don't want that, because it'll very much again saturate the platform, and it'll become the more people you have, the less quality you'll inevitably bring. So that's what you don't want. Yeah, that's another thing, of course. Actually, yes, that's another thing that ChatGPT does a lot and loves to do is saying actually, like actually, this is actually real, and something actually this and actually that. So because again, it mimics what is popular, mimics what people love to say, from the most like modern and recent language trends. So yeah, so actually is another thing, and actually is not even it's not really even professional formal writing. It's very much informal. Uh, so yeah, and yeah, it's already 29 minutes. Holy crap! But yeah, I am quite hungry, so I will probably end it off here. Actually, let me stop sharing. Okay, boom. So yeah, I'll stop it here. Before I go, of course, cheers, best taste in the early afternoon. And with that, I will sign off. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Happy Easter, and to those who celebrate. And I will see you next Sunday, same time, same place, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. And what else will I have for you? Probably, I don't know. Watch the video though. Watch the video that's coming out today. Do not let AI stop letting AI teach you how to write. I want to add also like, stop letting AI write for you and teach you, but it would be just too long. So stop letting AI write completely for you and teach you how to write. So watch that video. It's coming out at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel. So subscribe, click the notification. You will get notified when it's out. And yeah, just wondering if I haven't forgotten something. I don't believe I have. So until next Sunday, have a great rest of your week. Well, not have a great rest of your week. Have a great week ahead. And yeah, like I said, I'll see you next Sunday. So bye bye.